Are you ready to invest in ChatGPT? Well, it looks like you might have the opportunity to do so soon. We recently got news that OpenAI is looking to go public as early as 2026, and this has got a lot of investors excited. OpenAI has been a highly successful company and one of the leaders in this AI revolution that we're going into. So in this video, we're going to talk about this potential IPO for OpenAI and if it's a good investment opportunity. Before we get into it, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube. Really appreciate your support. I'm also going to put a QR code down below for a Bitcoin tip. So if you want to support the channel, feel free to leave me a little tip. Now let's get into it. So we got this news last week, and the rumor is that OpenAI is looking to go public at a valuation of around $1 trillion, and this could happen as early as the second half of 2026. Now, this would be a huge IPO, right? We typically don't see companies going public at a valuation this high, but clearly OpenAI has been a highly successful company. Most of us have used ChatGPT by now, and really it's the most valuable private company out there currently. So this makes sense. If OpenAI did go public at a $1 trillion valuation, this would be the second largest IPO in history, only behind Saudi Aramco, and this would make them the 12th largest public company in the world. So with this large IPO, I do see some opportunity in the company, but I also feel like there's a little bit of limited upside just because the cat is kind of already out of the bag, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in this video. Now, looking at OpenAI's services, ChatGPT is the most popular one, and this is the one that brings in the most revenue, these ChatGPT subscriptions. I'm sure that we're all familiar with this product by now. I've used ChatGPT for research for these videos. I'm sure a lot of students out there are using it for school. People are using it in their careers. It's a very useful tool. It's the #1 AI chatbot in the world. And really, these chatbots have been a great resource, right? They've allowed us to get access to very specific information a lot faster. There is some other competition out there for ChatGPT, and I'm going to be talking about that in a couple of minutes here. But I'd say as of now, this has been a highly successful product that's only continuing to improve. We can also look at DALL-E, which is AI image generation. If you haven't gotten a chance to use DALL-E, I recommend checking it out. I've used it to make thumbnails for my videos. I've used it to make Instagram posts. And if you haven't checked me out on Instagram, you should do that. I'm going to put my IG down below in the description, trying to grow that base there. So definitely do that. Give me a follow. But with DALL-E, you can do so many cool things. You can create these very unique images. I have an example here of something I made a while ago. I don't know why I made this. I think I was just messing around, but this is like a polar bear astronaut. The cool thing is that you can continue to perfect your image, right? You can continue to modify it until it looks like how you want, and this product only continues to get better. Their other service is Sora, which is AI video generation. If you've been on social media recently, you've probably seen some of these Sora videos. They're pretty amazing and they're pretty realistic looking. I've really enjoyed some of the stuff that I've been seeing. And if you haven't gotten a chance to see Sora, I recently saw a cool short film that was made with Sora on X. It was called Frostbite, created by Dave Clark. So I'm going to put a link to that short film down below. But this is just a little sneak peek of what this product can be used for, right? This is going to be used for advertising. It's going to be used in film and probably in a lot of other ways as well. So OpenAI has a ton of cool products and services that have really become popular and are only continuing to improve. Let's talk about OpenAI's growth a little bit. As I mentioned earlier, this is the largest private company in the world. According to Grok, they just surpassed SpaceX and are currently at a valuation of around $500 billion. So OpenAI has seen a ton of growth over the past couple of years. They currently have over 800 million weekly users, which is a lot, right? We only have around 8 billion or something people in the world. So about 10% of those people are using OpenAI, and they've seen significant revenue growth. If we look at their 2024 revenue, it was 3.7 billion. In 2025, their projected revenue is between 13 and 20 billion. So this is a company that is growing very fast, and we're also seeing this company partner up with other companies, big companies like Apple and Amazon. Apple announced their partnership with OpenAI in June 2024, and what this partnership is going to mean is that ChatGPT is going to be integrated into Apple's devices and software. I think this is super bullish for Apple, who is behind in AI. This is going to enhance their products and really catch them up, partnering with one of the top AI companies. And for OpenAI, this is going to give them access to over 1 billion Apple devices, right? This is going to be a huge market for them. So I think that this is a great partnership that's going to benefit both companies. Now, I believe that this integration is going to happen with some later models, and it hasn't happened yet. But when it does, I think that this is going to be pretty cool to see, right? And I think it's going to benefit both companies. And it just makes you think, what other companies could OpenAI integrate with and partnership with? I'm sure that a lot of companies out there could benefit from these OpenAI services like ChatGPT, like DALL-E, like Sora. Now, one thing that would make me hesitant to invest in OpenAI is just the fact that we're in the early innings of this artificial intelligence era. There is some competition out there, especially when we look at chatbots, and I just question whether OpenAI is going to be able to maintain this dominance. When we look at competition to ChatGPT, there's DeepSeek, which is a Chinese competitor. It performs very similarly to ChatGPT. Some people have questioned whether they copied ChatGPT with their code. The valuation is currently unknown, but as of March 2025, DeepSeek had 647 million monthly visits. So this is a pretty popular model, and who knows, maybe it can rival ChatGPT and eventually become more popular than it. There's also Grok, which was created by xAI, which I'm a big fan of. That's the chatbot that I use for my research. And the reason that I like Grok is because they do a really good job of citing their sources, which is something that I noticed ChatGPT is not as great at. Maybe they've gotten better. I haven't used it in a while, but I also like how Grok has access to all this information on X, which is where I get a lot of my news. When we look at xAI, the parent company, this is a private company worth around $200 billion. So it's also very valuable, and they get around 160 million monthly visitors. So xAI has really grown and become a popular alternative to OpenAI's products. And I think that this is something that we need to think about when we're looking to invest in OpenAI, is that could you have a better alternative in xAI? I also saw that xAI came out with a video product similar to Sora. I haven't seen a ton of videos with it, but it's definitely something that I want to check out. There's also other alternatives when it comes to chatbots like Google Gemini and Anthropic's Cloud. So I just think there's a lot of competition out there, and I question whether OpenAI and ChatGPT will remain superior over the long run. To conclude here, I've been impressed with how fast OpenAI has grown, and I definitely think there's more room for growth. However, when we look at this company going public at the end of next year at $1 trillion valuation, I just question how much upside there really is. When we look at $1 trillion companies, the ship has kind of left the station, right? This company is already very valuable. People already kind of know about this company, and the cat is out of the bag. Now, if you think that there is a lot of room for OpenAI to scale up higher and to partner with some of these large companies, and if you think that OpenAI's products and services are going to be used by everyone, then maybe it is a good investment, right? Maybe they can grow into one of the top companies in the world, but I just think that I don't see enough upside for me as an investor, and I see a lot of other investments with more upside. So if I'm ever going to invest in a company, I feel like I want to invest in a small cap. I want to invest in a company at the beginning, right, when it's less known. OpenAI is known about. We all use ChatGPT, so I just think there is limited room for growth. That's going to wrap it up for this one. If you didn't like and subscribe, please make sure to do that now. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.